What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And yes, we have a brand new batch that is going to be arriving here on the 26th of June, 1900 PST time. And not only do we have like a brand new batch with a new legend or new legends, it's not just one legend, and it's not just two legends. It is actually three legends. We're getting three Sugo-Fest exclusives in the same batch. This is absurd. The fact that we have more Sugo-Fest exclusives in this batch than generic rare recruit characters is something to behold. That is very bizarre, and I'm pretty sure I'm in the majority speaking here that three legends in one generic batch is too many. And I mean, still, I think two legends for a regular batch is still too many. I would still prefer it one legend release at the end of every month. And now we're getting to a point where three are coming out at once. It's a bit of a weird decision, I must admit. I'm not a big fan of this design choice, and I hope that this might just be a one-off scenario. I hope that is the case. But we have three Sugo-Fest exclusives to talk about in this video. We've got Black Maria, Sasaki, and Who's Who. The three other Tobi Roppo members that had not received Sugo-Fest exclusives. We also do know that a Legend Ulti is going to be arriving at some time this year as well, likely within the next 1 to 2 months. So stick around for that one. I know that it will be coming soon due to the poll that happened earlier this year. But let's talk about this, right? We have the Tobi Roppo Sugo-Fest. We got part 1 where all three of them are available. We have part 2, which is specifically for Black Maria, which is on the 27th, the day after. We have part 3 for Who's Who on the 28th. And then we've got Sasaki part 4 on June 30th. Okay, so there's going to be an extra day break between part 3 and part 4. That's a little bit strange. Either way, let's jump into the Sugo-Fest structure. Then we'll talk about the units. Now, I know briefly what Black Maria and Sasaki do. I haven't looked at all the characters yet, so it's going to be a pretty fresh look in my initial reactions of these characters. So let's jump into the Sugo-Fest. Remember, part 1 is typically the worst structured part. We got the first multi, we got a legend or a rate boost, legend or rate boost, legend or rate boost, then a guaranteed legend on the 4th multi. We got the 5th, which is another trash, a limited pool legend 8th, legend on the 10th, super limited on the 12th, super limited 15, legend 18, super limited 20. Yeah, this is a terrible Sugo-Fest. One thing to note, though, is that it is a 10% chance to pull a red, so you should be averaging 1 legend per multi. I mean, and without even looking at the character abilities and just briefly looking at that structure, do not pull. I would highly advise to not do pulls on this Sugo-Fest. It just does not seem worthwhile. It really, really does not seem worthwhile to be pulling for characters like this, considering we do know that One Piece Film Red is going to be debuting early August, and I would assume that there is going to be a Sugo-Fest, if not a Super Sugo-Fest, that is going to be celebrating that movie. So I would say it would be a very wise idea to conserve Rainbow Gems for at least when we know what's happening regarding the film celebration stuff, because I assume it's going to be a pretty big celebration in-game, and that's what you should be saving your Rainbow Gems for. But let's go ahead and talk about the other Sugo-Fest here. So remember, parts 2, 3, and 4 are going to have the same structure, just with different characters available. So again, third step is the legend. You got one on the 7th, so it's a big jump between 3 and 7. You got a limited pool on the 10th, and you go all the way to the 30th. Okay, not even the 25th, but the 30th step to get Black Maria guaranteed. And it's the same with the rest of these characters. Who's Who guaranteed on the 30th, and then Sasaki. Yeah, like, that is so garbage. Like, the Sugo-Fest structure is so bad. I would highly advise to skip this. Now, we're going to get into the actual structure of all these characters. Let's talk about the rare recruits first, and then we'll finish off with the legends. The first of which is going to be page 1, a generic rare recruit character who is going to be a strength powerhouse striker, and his captain ability is a 3x boost, HP by 1.5, a pretty stock standard captain ability, 11 turn cooldown, and he reduces despair by 5, reduces rainbow shield by 5, and if you have a dex or quick captain, boost damage dealt to defense down by 2.25. Yeah, this guy's bad. This is a really bad rare recruit. I know, obviously, you can synergize with other characters that reduce defense, but this is just not a good special that's gonna see a lot of play in, like, any scenario. This is not that good, I must admit. This is... yeah, that's a pretty bad special. Crewmate ability. If your captain is Dex or Quick, boost damage from normal attacks dealt by quick enemies by 2.25. That is interesting. Boost damage from normal attacks dealt by character to quick enemies. Yeah, so he basically gets an extra buff against quick enemies. He actually means that he was not going to hit for negative damage against quick enemies. That's actually pretty decent. And then if you have a Dex or a quick captain, boost damage from normal attacks dealt by character to strength enemies by 1.5. That's really bizarre. Okay, so basically if you're against a strength, Dex, or quick enemy, you're just going to be doing more generic damage to them. That's really bizarre, actually. So he's got Enrage, which is pretty stock standard. He has Slot Bind by 5, which is, again, pretty standard. Does he have a support effect? Okay, Jack, Kaido, King, Queen, Sasaki, Ulti, Black Maria, Who's Who, so all of the main guys. Once per quest, if the supported character uses a damage dealing or a percent damage dealing special, boost strength, dex, and quick character's attack by 1.5. Not bad. This can definitely see some play. A lot of these characters have damage dealing specials, and just to get a free 1.5 attack boost on like a mini boss, for example. Yeah, this is pretty good. I don't mind that at all. How good is he in Rumble? So he gives strength allies crit percent up and then HP up. I can already tell he's bad. 27 CT. Yeah, like he's bad. Do not use this guy in Rumble. He's so bad. Special ability is super underwhelming. I'm not a fan of this guy at all. This is a really bad rare recruit. And next we have Ulti. So this is the first time that we've seen her in her full dinosaur form. So she is a quick powerhouse striker character. And captain ability is, you know, again, wow, hang on, 4.2. Hang on, what's going on here? Boost powerhouse on striker character's attack by 3x when slots match, 2.5 otherwise. Boost HP by 1.5, makes tandem slots matching. If the character became a captain during the quest, boost powerhouse on striker character's attack by approximately 5 times with matching slots. For what? A generic rare recruit to get up to a 5 times attack boost? What is that? Okay, let's have a look at this. What's happening here? Deals 100 times attack in non-type damage to one enemy. So it's a damage dealing special, which is good. Changes their own slot to tandem through block, reduces bind and attack down by 5, reduces resilience by 5, sets defense to 0 for 1 turn when page 1 is on the crew or is set as a support character. We haven't seen something like that since Luffy and Ace. Sabo and Ace, right? Sabo and Ace, they were similar, where they gave a 3 turn all boost if Luffy was on the crew or a support. If not, it's a 1 turn all boost. So what the hell? And if this character is a crewmate, swaps the character out for the captain. Dude, this is the most bizarre rare recruit batch we've seen. This is so weird, man. What the? Oh, that's so bizarre. Okay, like, I get it. I understand what they're trying to do here, but, like, realistically, how useful is this actually going to be? You know what I mean? Very bizarre batch of rare recruits. Really weird. If the captain is strength or dex, boost damage dealt, okay, so more damage, and then, yeah, same thing as page 1. They basically just do more damage versus strength, dex, and quick enemies. Makes sense. Support effect. Same characters, if they use a damage dealing special, boost strength, dex, quick slot effects. Okay, so same sort of support effect. Again, that can definitely be useful in a lot of scenarios. Yeah, man, these rare recruits are weird. And then Ulti in PvP, blow away percent and speed. I can already tell she's going to be bad. 27 CT, 80% chance of paralysis and attack. Yeah, this character's bad. Do not use either of these characters in Rumble. They are terrible. So, a brief look at the rare recruits. I'm not a big fan of them because they're a little too niche and situational for my liking, but I can understand what they're trying to do. Together, yes, they work very well, but again, too niche. So let's jump into the legends of the batch. Now, this is where things get a little crazy and out of hand because all of these legends are not only all Super Tandem characters, which I've made a video talking about my opinions on Super Tandem. I might link it up in the top corner if I remember to do it. But also, all of them are super class for Powerhouse. Now, I need to remind you, the previous legend that we got right before these 3 was Super Class Blackbeard for the Powerhouse class. So this is 4 legends in a row that are all Super Class Powerhouse. That is a little bit bizarre in my opinion. I don't really agree with that. Not only do I not agree with the fact that they're all Super Tandem, but I don't agree with the fact that they're all Super Class Powerhouse. Definitely terrible design decisions made here. Very, very odd. But let's get into these legends and break them down, right? So we've got Sasaki, who is a powerhouse striker and is a dex character. Captain ability. Reduces cooldown by 1. Boosts HP by 1.5. If you got a strength, dex, and quick character on the crew, or if strength, dex, and quick characters are all on the crew, so if your whole crew consists of it, I guess, boost strength, dex, and quick by 4.5. If you have no Psi or Int characters, boost by a further 1.2. and then also makes recovery and tandem slots beneficial. Okay, I'm going to have to calculate how much damage that is. I think that's actually a lot of damage. 4.5 multiplied by 1.2, 5.4 multiplier. That's pretty good. Essentially, this is like a Lucy, right? Where, you know, you have the flat boost with strength, dex, quick on the crew, and then if you got no sign ints, you get a bigger boost. 5.4 is ridiculous. That is so much damage. Plus you get the minus cooldown, plus you get additional health, and then you get a little bit of matching slots. Okay, seems pretty good. Not a bad captain ability there. Remember, when you do use him as the captain, you get access to super class. So you need Kaido, King, Queen, Jack, and then all of the Tobi Roppo members, so pretty typical. He will go ahead and change his own slot into tandem, doesn't go through block slots, 80 times his attack in non-tied damage to all enemies, reduces strength dex quick cooldown by 1, and then apply a 50% powerhouse resistance to all enemies for 1 turn. I like that. Remember, resistance can go through any immunity buffs, so that is really good. Essentially providing a free 1.5 times attack boost to your crew, to your powerhouse characters, really. This is great. He's got a fantastic multiplier in his captain, and he gets a free 1.5 boost for all of your powerhouse units. I don't really see anything wrong here. This is a pretty strong effect. One thing I do need to check up on, I'm not too sure how it works in terms of the powerhouse stacking, because if you use the Queen Rare Recruit from the anniversary, and if you hit with a tandem slot on him, because I think he also reduces it by a further 10%, I'm pretty sure it does stack, so you can get up to like 60% reduction with that. So yeah, it seems pretty good. I like this guy so far. 11 turn cooldown for a special is really good. He does 100 times attack in dex damage to all enemies. He reduces damage taken by 90% for 1 turn. I hope that there's content coming up that does not have death hits. I hate death hit content, it's annoying. So he does damage and damage reduction. He will boost strength, dex, and quick characters' attack by 2.5 for 1 turn. Okay, this is kind of weird. So he just says that if he himself is the captain, or the friend captain, or your captain itself is a strength or quick character, he boosts strength, dex, and quick base attack by 1.25k. So basically 1250 for 3 turns. Otherwise, it's going to be a 1000 base attack boost. So 1250. Okay, it's fine. So realistically, it's just damage reduction, attack boost, and base attack boost. So no utility whatsoever there. So it's pretty basic. So he is his crew's dedicated attack booster. He just seems pretty basic. Like it's not really wowing me. It's just a really good effect. Like there's nothing about it that I would say is a flaw to this unit. Maybe you could say that the major flaw with this character would be potentially team building, because you know you're kind of restricted to maybe having one of those characters on your crew to activate a superclass special. But I mean, just generically, it seems fine. I don't see a problem with this at the moment. Let's see his crewman abilities. If your captain is strength or quick, makes the crew's dex and strength slots matching. Okay, very, very odd. And then if your captain is a strength or a quick type, reduces burn duration by 2. Dude, these crewmate effects are getting kind of good. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, I don't mind that. What I do mind, though, is the fact that not only does this character have super tandem, which we'll go through in just a moment, but he has quick damage reduction. Who in their right mind thought that giving a legend in 2022 damage reduction as a potential ability was a good idea? This is a terrible decision. A very bad design decision. That is really terrible. He also has Enrage, which is pretty typical. Alright, let's check this super tandem out. What's it all about? Okay, let's just check level 1 and level 5. So, you need any 2 of them on the crew. So you've got Kaido, King, Queen, Jack, Black Maria, who's her ulti page 1. Okay, and then he applies a tandem attack boost 1.25 to strength and quick, and then reduces threshold by 1 turn. Interesting. I wonder if the condition changes. The condition doesn't change? Wow, interesting. So that's going to be... It's a lot easier than Blackbeard's condition for his super tandem, but it's not easy. It still can be a little bit tricky to get that to activate. Of course, if you have the batch, it makes it easier. So at max level, it's a 2.25 times tandem attack boost to strength and quick for 1 turn, and then reduces threshold by 2. That's very bizarre. Okay, and this can activate at any stage. This isn't relegated to just the final stage, so this is like, it's not bad. I don't mind it. It seems interesting, though. Actually, wait, hang on a second. Wait, I just realized this right now. This character is a dex character that boosts strength and quick. That is really bizarre when you really think about it. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, this is so weird. I don't know how I feel about this one. Alright, let's check the support effect. Page 1, ulti, Black Maria, and Who's Who. If you use a special, boost Strength Dex Quick base attack by 500. That's not I guess it's not bad. I mean, just to get 500 base attack from nowhere, it's going to be really good on like a Kizuna, for example. Yeah, but it's still weird though. Very weird design choices here for sure. I think he's okay. He's a good character. But again, Super Tandem, I don't know how often you're going to be using this Super Tandem ability. It's pretty weird. Let's check the Rumble ability. So hopefully he's good in Rumble. That sprite is absolutely mental. Hopefully he's good in Rumble. So he's a Dex character. You got to think about it in that aspect, right? So, he's boosting Powerhouse. Powerhouse attack level 6 and crit level 6 and HP level 5. Okay, I hope that they're more leaning into boosting classes rather than colors now, because that's what they really need to do. Colors are already very powerful. If they can switch things up to classes instead, that gets me excited. So he's going to do with his special. 24 CTs respectable. He is a defense style character, so we'll see. He targets himself for level 6 attack, level 6 defense, targets Powerhouse teammates in a small range for 1.2 count. He's bad. He's bad. What? He gives himself an attack buff, but he doesn't do damage. I mean, I get, yeah, it makes the counter better. Dude, that's terrible. Oh my god, he's bad. Okay, yeah, no one's using this guy in Rumble. No one's using this guy in Rumble. He's absolutely terrible. Alright, so that's the breakdown of Sasaki. He seems okay. So the next character is Who's Who. So this is the character that I'm most excited about. I really hope that he's good. Let's go ahead and check him out. So Who's Who is a strength powerhouse fighter, also superclass powerhouse. Let's check that captain ability. So he's going to reduce special charge by 2 turns, HP by 1.3. If strength, dex, and quick characters are all on the crew, he will give those characters a 4.5 times attack boost. If you've got no Psi or Int characters, you get an additional 1.2, so it becomes the exact same as Sasaki. It's going to be a 5.4 times multiplier. And deals non-type damage to one enemy at the end of the turn, a maximum of 600x, depending on the number of perfect strikes that you hit. So this reminds me a lot of like a V2 Akainu style of effect. So it's essentially Sasaki's captain ability with extra cooldown, less HP, but instead of getting matching slots, you get end of turn damage dealing. It seems okay. I mean, the cooldown is the big thing. It's going to be kind of making him a speed farming kind of captain, and you know, you can get around resilience with it. If you don't kill an enemy, you got the end of turn damage that can really help you with that as well. It seems fine. Again, just seems fine. It doesn't seem broken or anything. Like, the characters that we still have in today's day and age are still really good. So it's not really like making me think that this is like a power creep in any sense. He just seems about the same level as everything else that we have. So remember, if you do use him as a captain, you get access to his superclass effect. A very same condition for his superclass. So the actual special itself gives himself a tandem slot. It makes tandem beneficial for 1 turn, and then boosts the chain multiplier by 1.25, and that's it. Yeah, that's a pretty underwhelming superclass special, in all honesty. I mean, obviously, it switches on his super tandem ability, but it's kind of boring, honestly. I mean, like, the 1.25 chain, yeah, it gives you more damage, but again, it's not, like, wowing me in any sense. It's fine. So the special ability, 13 turn cooldown, 200x his attack in strength damage to a single enemy. He reduces strength, dex, and quick characters charged by 2 turns. That's actually very good. I hope he has the ability to resist it, but considering the crewmate effects that we have in this batch so far, I'm not expecting him to have special reverse resistance, but we'll see. But -2 cooldown is very good with the special. Boost the color affinity of strength, dex, quick by 2.25. If the character is the captain, or your captain is dex or quick, boost the chain multiplier by 1.6 for 3 turns. Whew! Otherwise, it's a 1.4. Okay, I like the chain boosting. That's really good, but it's color affinity, man. Color affinity is pretty lame because it's one of the most annoying boosts to have, because it only really works if, you know, you have type advantage. Whereas an attack boost or an all boost, they always work as long as you have like the matching slot, for example. Yeah, pretty underwhelming. It's good. He's gonna be good, but it's not wowing me in any sense, to be honest. Alright, let's check it. Yeah, he doesn't have special reverse. Oh, hang on, he does. Okay, good. Okay, if you've got a dex or quick captain, strength and quick are beneficial to the crew. I like that. I mean, if you run the batch is going to be really good together, like lots of matching slots, and you're going to be hitting really hard. But, yeah, in a lot of content, it's probably not going to be super ideal to do that. And then if you've got a Dex or Quick Captain, reduce special reverse by 2 turns. Dude, why do they make that conditional? So many characters just resist special reverse with their crewmate abilities, but they decided to just make this one conditional just so he works with the batch. The most bizarre thing ever, dude. That is so... That just irks me, man. I'm not a fan of that. That is so annoying. Ugh, terrible design decisions being made here. He also has Dex damage reduction. Dude, what is this? He also has Enrage and Super Tandem. So let's check out this Super Tandem ability. Level 5. You do need the same characters in order to activate it. But you get a Tandem attack boost, 2.25 to Dex and Quick. So he doesn't boost Strength. He himself is a Strength unit. So a really bizarre set of circumstances once again. And then reduces damage reduction. So Rainbow Shield by 2 turns with his Super Tandem ability. And yeah, I just noticed that as well. That the defense removal thing... It only removes 2 turns at level 5, so that just makes it even worse. Yeah, pretty frustrating design, to be honest. And then his support effect attaching to the other Tobi Roppo members. So the effect will reduce supported character special charge time by 1 turn and give them a matching orb at the start of the final battle. Okay, that's actually a very good support effect. That's really good. I like that a lot because that activates after the enemy's preemptive attack. So if the enemy, like with their preemptive, reduces your cooldown or like gives you special reverse by 1 turn, that actually allows you to, you know, reverse it forward to get it max ready to go. I actually like this support effect. This is good. This is one component of the unit I actually do like. I hope he's good in Rumble. I really hope he is. So let's check him out. I love the sprite of this character. He looks so cool. So powerhouse characters, HP level 5, defense level 5, speed level 5. So he's not an attack booster, but I don't think that's a problem because powerhouse characters already have a lot of attack boosting Rumble abilities. So I don't actually think that's a problem. I think this is a good thing that he's actually focusing on more the defensive style of things. I actually kind of like that. 31 CT is pretty high, so I hope he does a lot of damage. Targets enemies in a large range horizontal for 2.8. First 40 seconds at the start of the battle, targets 2 enemies. Whoa, okay, this guy's good. Yeah. This guy's gonna be very good. He is powerhouse focused though. So in a strength team, I don't know if he's gonna make his way in there, but powerhouse centered teams, yeah, this guy's going to be in there. This is an incredible special. Yeah, he's good. I think they've finally done a good job with a generic Legend release actually being good in Rumble. This guy's going to see play. It really comes down to how often like class-based teams are actually going to be used, but it seems actually pretty good. But it's unfortunate because I'm not a big fan of his regular abilities. I actually prefer Sasaki over this guy in terms of regular abilities. In Rumble though, this guy's way better. And we have one more character to talk about being Black Maria, who is going to be a quick powerhouse cerebral character, and the artwork looks great. Big fan of that one actually. And of course, she's going to be super class powerhouse, and her captain ability is going to give Strength, Dex, and Quick 5.25 times attack boost. That's really good, but you do need to have Strength, Dex, and Quick characters on the crew in order to get that. HP and Recovery by 1.2, and then makes Psi, Int, Recovery, and Tandem slots have matching slot effects, and then reduce Paralysis by 10 turns. So we're back again with another quick character that reduces paralysis. We literally just had Law, another quick character that reduces paralysis, Izo Okiku, Magellan. So this is the 4th quick legend now that reduces paralysis. And like anything else would have been better. But hey, we take it. It's still good. It's still a usable effect. I like it though. It's a pretty straightforward captain ability. I think in terms of the captains, this probably is my favorite one. Though I do like the cooldown reduction the other guys give you, but this is a really good effect. I don't mind this at all. Now, her superclass effect, you need to have the same characters, of course. He gives herself a tandem slot, increases the effect of slot effect boosts on the crew to 3x. So in a lot of scenarios, this is a pretty bad effect. This is reminding me a lot of like, the Mugiwara 56 Sanji legend from Treasure Map, where like, you know, his super type special's basically just this, it's just a buffing of an effect. So it's not that good, but you know, when you're doing your burst turns, being able to buff the orb boost to 3x is good, and obviously makes sense. She's going to be an orb booster with her special, so let's go ahead and check it. 10% health cut to all enemies, and also delaying all enemies by 3 turns. Interesting. Shout out to my man Golden Pounder Usopp. Changes the crew's empty block, bomb, and G slots into matching, and will boost Strength, Dex, and Quick character slot effects by 2.5 for 1 turn. And then if this character is the captain, or your captain is Strength or Dex, boost damage dealt to delayed enemies by 2.25 for 3 turns. Otherwise, it's a 2x conditional. dude, this character's really good. I actually really like Black Maria. I think she might be my favorite of the two. Like, Black Maria and Sasaki are definitely my two favorites. I don't like Who's Who in regular content. And in terms of Rumble, definitely Who's Who is the best. I hope that Black Maria is good in Rumble as well, though Quick have a lot of competitiveness for Rumble teams. So again, she's probably going to be powerhouse focused, but I'm interested. This is good. I like this. And I also like that she does not have the damage reduction potential ability. Very good design decision there. Crewmate effects. If the captain is strength or dex, it makes quick and dex matching, and then also reduces paralysis by 2 turns if you got a strength or a dex captain. Love that. That's really good. Like, conditional effects for effects like that, I don't mind as much, but the fact that you have the Who's Who, like, conditional special reverse, when, like, that kind of, like, that's his thing, you know? He needs to have that for him to be as good as what he is, you know, whatever that level is. So, I don't mind a conditional effect for effect like that. Like, that's insanely good. Yeah, and that can definitely be used, so that's really, really cool. Okay, let's check the rest, though. So, recovery bind by 5, pinch healing, 1.5 below 50, and then super tandem. So level 5 you need the same characters. Tandem attack boost to strength and dex, reduces defense up by 2 turns when you get it. So I guess if you have the batch, you can kind of activate the super tandem in certain ways where, okay, this enemy has defense up, I gotta make sure that my Black Maria super tandem activates, or this character has rainbow shield, gotta make sure that this super tandem activates. I get it, but outside of the batch and outside of the content that's going to be centered in this set period of time, I don't know how useful this effect is realistically going to be. I'm not a big fan of the super tandem mechanic of these 3 characters, honestly. This is definitely not characters you would want to feed the super tandem tablets to. Absolutely not. Alright, let's check the support effect. Attaching to the Tobi Roppo members. If the crew is inflicted with paralysis, reduce it by 2 turns. Yeah, it's so good. Black Maria is really good. I'm a big fan of this character and what they've done here. Very, very nice. So the Rumble abilities. Look at that sprite, man. That sprite is crazy. I love it. All right, powerhouse characters get level 6 attack, level 6 speed, level 6 recovery. She is a supporter-style unit. I'm interested to see what she does. Targets powerhouse teammates for level 6 attack, level 6 speed, level 6 defense, all for 20 seconds. Targets 2 high attack teammates for... Ooh. On a 23 CT? Yeah, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Okay. I mean, the recovery up in her passive is a bit weird, considering I assume powerhouse are not going to be focused on healing. But this is pretty good. This is a really good supporter style unit, and she's going to have pretty good stats. I mean, HP's pretty low on that one. I mean, if we get her to level 150, what is she looking at? I mean, that's without looking at, you know, cotton candy and tomes and stuff like that. So she's going to have a lot of stats, and being able to, on such a low CT as well, just to continuously get attack, speed, and defense, and then 100% haste 2 of your high attack characters come in for huge damage. Like this plus Who's Who in Rumble, it's going to be pretty good. I'm a big fan of that, actually. It comes down to CT. You need some good CT increases as well. Okay, so there you go. That's the breakdown of all the 3 characters. So I've kind of talked about it throughout the video, but I think that Black Maria is probably my favorite overall. I think that she's going to be the most usable, or like the best overall. I think Sasaki is also very, very good, but Who's Who is kind of letting me down a little bit, but he makes up for it with his Pirate Rumble abilities because he's going to be a monster in Pirate Rumble. And then the 2 rare recruits are very bizarre with ulti in page 1. Very, very weird design choices there, but that's going to wrap it up from me. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. What do you think about these new rare recruits and these new legends? Very weird choices, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be upset at the fact that they're all super tandem, they're all powerhouse, there's 3 legends. It's a lot to take in. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.